What's up, everybody? Gridbot Guru here, and today what we are going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the way to set up a Gridbot, because and not just setting it up, but looking at the artificial intelligence, the AI version versus the manual settings, specifically AI 2.0. Okay, so if you are already familiar with setting up a Gridbot, figuring out how to do it, you do not, well, you might need this video. There may be something that you end up finding out, but for the most part, what I'm doing this for two reasons. One, we have just started focusing our efforts in the United States. So we have a Pionex.us, and I am getting a lot of users who are saying, is AI good to use? Is manual settings good to use? Like, what are manual settings good to use? What is the difference? What is a 7D, 30D, 180D? And I'm going to break those down for you, okay? So if you already are comfortable with setting up a Gridbot, this is probably something you may be able to bypass. However, like I said, it may end up helping you. You may find something interesting. If not, and you want to just help Gridbot Guru out, just let it run. Just let it run. Click that like. Let it run the entire way. Put me on mute. Give me some thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all good, okay? As always, I do want your feedback. So if you are sitting there and you are saying, you know what, I'm not understanding this part, I'm on Telegram, I'm on Discord, make sure you tag me, please, because there is times I miss things. Make sure you tag me, all right? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started. And like I said, I'm hoping at the end you're going to kind of have a good idea of what is what on this. We are starting with BTC USDT, okay? So I have my chart pulled up. I am going to look at and this is my personal charting. I'm looking at some daily support and resistance areas on my left-hand side, okay? What this is going to do is I'm going to show you the difference between your AI and your manual settings on my right-hand side. I'm going to try to make it as easy as I can as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get this situated. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get this situated. So with my settings currently, I'm looking at the price of Bitcoin. I have a daily support resistance area from a little bit ago around in this area of around 38,825. I want you all to know that this is an area. I have lines on there just to make it simple and kind of give me an idea. Hey, this is somewhere you might want to start watching. It is not a line specifically, okay? That's number one. Number two, it is an area. So it could go up to 39. It could go to 38.5. You kind of have to have an idea. If momentum is slowing down in that area, there's a chance it's going to end up going down. If momentum is picking up and people are starting to buy in that area, there's a chance it's going to go up. So this is kind of my area. I have seen that it has gone down through that area. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this next area, this 36,956, again, an area. I'm going to end up wanting to watch that area. Now, if you were to start a Gridbot, okay, and you go into Pionex, you click on it, and you click the 7D. What that means is 7 days, okay? That is going to be 7 days. And usually what ends up happening is that's kind of for shorter term running. So currently right now it says based on 7-day back testing. You can click on that it's going to end up putting out some values for you, and it's going to try to do the best it can in order to make you profits. The problem with that is sometimes people don't understand what the difference between 7D, 30D, and 180D. If you are a person and you are literally wanting to set and forget, you're probably going to want to go with the 180D, and that means 180 days. Here is the way that it is going to end up being different. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some lines on my right hand side, and I'm going to show you the difference between a 7D, a 30D, and a 180D. So 7D is based on the last 7 days, okay? So the price range is going to be 34, so I'm going to do 2 lines. The higher of the two is going to be 43,131. 43,131. Where am I at? 6.2. Okay. Yeah. And then this one is going to be 34,412. 34,412.7. All right. So based on the last 7 days, this is going to be the area that Bitcoin is probably moving in. Now, you would need a total, or with this, you're probably going to want to adjust the number of grids. It looks like you're getting a profit per grid of 0.22 through 0.29%. Personally, I think that's a little low, but you are getting 89 grids out of it. Now, that is going to be the 7-day running. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to bump it up to the 30-day, okay? And I'm going to change the colors. We're going to go with it. Oh, we're going to go with this green. I'm going to end up doing it again. So in the 30-day, I'm going to put my 2 down. This one I'm going to change to like a pinkish color. And the top of my 30-day is going to be 44,391.36. Okay. The bottom one is going to be 33,436. 33,436.13. All right, so your grid is going to be your price range is going to be a little bit bigger, and the reason why is because it is based on the last 30 days. So with this one, it looks like you're going to have 46 grids, and you are going to have anywhere between 0.54% and 0.73% profit per grid. Those numbers look a little better for me. Now, on the app, it also talks about the maximum drawdown and that you could potentially also end up having. Now, if we go even higher and we go to 180 days, okay, we're going to throw 2 lines down again. I'm going to change this one. We'll change this one to a purple. Okay, and if I go to 180 days, my first price range, my lower one, will be 27,781. Okay. My upper range is going to be, again, this is the last 180 days. Okay, is 54,513 point. There, 21. Okay, so let me get rid of this one. So let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so the purple is going to be 180 days. It's back tested the last 180 days. Again, the next one, the pinkish one, is going to be 30 days, and the 7-day one is going to be the green. Now, as I've said, the bigger the grids, the more money you're going to need initially to kind of invest in it. Now, you could end up putting a trigger price down here, say 30,000, in whichever. So that is going to be your first step. If you are using AI, those are going to kind of be the ideas that you want to think about. And you're going to kind of want to know and have an idea of where do I think the price of this coin is going. So where do I think Bitcoin is going? And then you're going to want to know whether or not you're going to want bigger grids, smaller grids. If you want to adjust them, you can. But this is the AI version with the parameters. And this is kind of what the difference is. So the 7 days, back testing 7 days. 30 days, back testing 30 days. 180 days is back testing the last 6 months. Okay. Again, that is what your grids will end up looking like. Okay. Now, on to whether or not you want to do a manual grid or you want to do the artificial grids. I'm going to jump back over to this side and I'm going to kind of show you the difference. Okay. The difference between a manual grid and a artificial intelligence, an AI grid, is that the manual grid you're setting up yourself. So what you could end up doing with the AI grid, you could end up saying, okay, I do think that Bitcoin is probably going to come around this 34, 33 area, maybe drop down to 32, maybe 30, and then I think it's going to end up coming up. So you could end up using those values as your bottom. And then whatever you think your top is, that is going to end up being where your top is. Here's the situation currently right now. Okay. If I were to use one of the AI grids, on my right hand side, you can see that I'm basically in the middle of all three of those grids. That means that anything below those grids or anything below my current price is basically just idle money waiting to be used. Okay, so everything from basically, let me see if I can't get it. Is that one it? Nope. Here it is. Anything, I'm going to go long with it. Anything from here all the way, not that. Anything from here all the way down to right about where's that low grid? So if I do the 180, okay, it is going to, if I start it right now, it's going to mark it by all in, okay, with the green, and then it is going to hold your USDT to buy everything in the red. So that is going to be the difference. Now, so if you put $1,000 in, you have this bot has bought everything. It has, again, 180 days all the way up to this top green area. And then it is holding, say, maybe $400. I'm just judging. It's not half exactly, but judging, holding all of this all the way down to the red as your safety net, basically. So if Bitcoin decides to dump some, it's going to grab some of those. Now, this also depends on how well you are with charting. So if you are sitting there and you're able to throw some trend lines down and you're able to kind of get a vibe for the market and get something going, you may say to yourself, you know what? Bitcoin isn't going to go past 35. So I'm going to bring my my lowest grids up here. And so now you have, if you have $1,000, your bot may hold out on like 200, 300 USDT and go 700 in on Bitcoin. And then you're able to gain all those profits as well. Okay. So that is going to be a little bit about the difference between the manual setup and the AI setup. Okay. Again, if you are just starting out, what I would do is I would recommend using the AI. If you are a person who knows how to chart a coin or feels comfortable charting a coin, I will say, then what I would do is I would chart a coin, whatever coin you like, whatever coin you want to believe in and think that it will continue going up, and you can try it. Okay. I want you all to make sure you're doing your due diligence, your own research, and I want you all to make sure that, again, you have your financials in line before trying to invest in crypto. Um, it is nothing for a market to absolutely crash. Okay. Don't try to pay your light bills and all that with your crypto profits. If you can, great, but always have a solid plan beforehand instead of trying to pay and gamble, for lack of a better term, your profits away. Because if you are sitting there and you're like, oh man, I need to pay my light bill, I hope I can get some profits this week, then you need to try to figure out your financial status. It should be, oh man, let me pay my light bill, and whatever I have left over, I'm going to put into the market. Okay. Make sure you get your financial situation situated correctly first before going into the market. All right, everybody, as always, if this video has helped you, please subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up button. Please hit that bell. And if you have any questions, like I always say, hit me up on Telegram. Let me know on Discord. Tag me, okay? Make sure you tag me if you have specifics, okay? As always, hope you guys have a great week trading, and I want you all to stay green. I'll see you next time.